Okay, great. So welcome to our first active adult class. Um, Most of you guys know me already, so Julio, Coach Julio, whatever you guys want to call me. I'm not at my typical area, so right now, I am a little bit more limited with space. I'm visiting some family, so I just have to work with, the space in my sister's bedroom. So, but for this class, it should be okay. We might have a little bit of a challenge for the next couple of days, but I've done this before with, staying here and visiting here. But anyways, so as far as the equipment for today, what we'll need is a small rag. So small rag, small towel. It could be a little bit longer. If you don't have a rag, it could be maybe a t-shirt that you could just roll up. Any of those items will work. And then also what we'll need is just a chair. So I have a desk chair here. And so if you guys just have a chair, here's the side of the bed, that could work too. But a chair is probably a little bit more appropriate. And other than that, I do have carpet here, so it's a little bit comfortable to lay down on. But if you guys have a hardwood floor, then you might want to consider getting, maybe your yoga mat just to like rest on that. And like I said, this class, it's not intended to get your sweat on too much. It's just we really want to work on our flexibility and our mobility. So, and of course, make sure you guys do have some waters for this one. So, yeah. All right. So this class, again, flexibility and mobility. It's pretty much just to work out on longevity stuff. I'll make sure that, we don't have any muscles or joints that are too tight. And if they are, the goal of this class is to loosen those up, make them a little bit easier for our body to move more fluidly. We don't want to get stuck at certain points with any joints. So as far as this class, this is my first time teaching this class. So I hope you guys, I have a program designed for the movements that we're going to be doing today. If you guys want to turn on your screens, you're more than welcome to, so I can make corrections. If you have your screens off, then, I won't be able to see if you're doing the movement wrong or incorrectly. I can't correct that. So it does benefit us if you have your screen on. And again, the recording is only recording my screen. You guys won't be recorded at all. And I have this program, and the plan for today is to focus a little bit more, spend more time on stretches that have to do from our upper body, which is going to be from our head pretty much to our hips, or actually like our abs. And then, if you see my other classes, we do a lot of stretches for our lower body already, so those are going to be familiar. And depending on how long that takes, I'm really not sure how long. I have maybe around 40, 50 different stretches that I'm going to go over. Depending how long that takes, if it takes too long, then we'll shorten it up a little bit and save some of that lower body for next week. Otherwise, we'll continue through the whole thing. And at the end of the class, or when we're done with the session, I have a short video, a YouTube video that I do want to show you folks. And it's an 8-minute long video, so it's not too long. So once we're done with that, we should be complete for the day. And yeah, I'll let you folks kind of do your thing. So again, to kind of start off, let's see. Actually, I have my little journal here with my notes. Okay, great. I saw squats, and I think I wrote the information on a similar journal. So again, one that, like I mentioned, we're gonna start off with our face and our neck, and then work our way down to our toes and our ankles. So, we're gonna do face, neck, shoulders, upper back, lower and mid back, obliques, abs, hips, glutes, hamstrings, quads, then calves, then ankles and foot. So we're just working our way down. But I do want to spend a little bit more time like on our face. So to start off, we are going to start off with, this is called a jawline stretch. So for this one, it's a little bit strange. It's a little bit different. What we're going to be doing is, if you guys could see me, we're going to be opening our mouth wide down here. Well, I'm just sitting down right here. So open the mouth wide, and then we're going to lift our heads and then close our mouth. So you should feel a stretch on this bottom side. So we're going to go like this. So, okay, so open your mouth up and close. So then we're going to repeat that 10 more times. So again, so if you guys want to watch me from the side, something like this. Okay, and when you're closing that mouth while you're looking up, you should feel that stretch here. Okay, if you don't feel it, let's make those corrections. But again, let's do 10 of those. Okay, ready? Okay, go. Okay, make sure you have your mouth open down here. Continue to have it open as you're moving up, and then you close that. So you should feel that stretch. All right, let's do another one. Good. Did you guys feel that? Debbie, you're feeling that right here? Okay, very good. As long as someone's feeling that. All right. And then great. So some of you guys are feeling it. So great. So that's what we're trying to work at. So a lot of people, you know, that's a good way. We know we stretch the side of our neck, the front. This stretches kind of like our throat muscles right underneath. And there's some people too, sometimes, you know, if we lose weight a little bit quicker, we might have some excess skin, or maybe we want to get this area a little bit tighter. And that's one that could help us with our jawline a little bit. It's getting this area here a little bit tighter. Now we're gonna work on stretching or lengthening the muscles around our cheek. And the way we're gonna do that is just to kind of blow our cheeks up with air, almost like looking like a little hamster, essentially. So just blow. We're gonna hold for about 3 seconds and release. And what that's gonna help is, you know, sometimes we do get some wrinkles here. That's gonna help stretch that out and work on our cheek muscles as well. So, all right, let's do 10 of those as well. And you wanna hold that blow for about 3 seconds. Ready? Okay, go. It's a little different of a stretch than we're used to, but it helps. There's some folks that also they palpate their cheeks as they have that air inside, so you could also do that. So hold it. Yeah, so palpating just means rubbing, massaging, promoting blood flow to that area. Ready? All right, very good. All right, let's move on. So that's pretty much the only ones that we want to do with the face. So again, this isn't one that we're just trying to restructure our facial looks, but that does benefit our neck and our cheeks. So again, it's also muscles that control our jaw as we're eating. So unless we're eating or talking a lot, you really don't work out the jawline too much. So, okay, so now we're gonna do some neck retractions. So for this one, pretty much almost looking like a turtle. So sit normal, and we're gonna extend our neck forward and back, okay? So we're gonna do 10 of these. And we're just trying to work on our neck, not really moving our upper body forward. So we're not doing this lean here, okay? It's just our neck forward, back, forward, back. Very good. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna do some head drops. So for this one, head drops, we're just gonna drop our chin forward and then drop it back. So 10 of these. And remember, these are gonna be the slower, the better for these movements. Do 3 more. Very good.
All right, so sometimes we might sleep a little awkward and our necks might be a little bit tight when we wake up. This will help with that as well. Okay, so now we're gonna do the side bends. So side bends, I'm gonna do it. So instead of kind of like dropping the weight of our arm, we're just gonna do that manually without it, and then just adjusting. So again, just literally collapsing it to the side, not at an angle, but off to the side. Control it on the way back up. You should feel that. If you're dropping your head to your right shoulder, you should feel that left side of the neck stretching. One more. Good. All right, left side. I also have two little nephews in the living room, so if you hear random screaming, no one's getting hurt. It's just them being fuzzy. So, all right, very good. All right, so now we're gonna do lateral rotations. So now we're gonna just rotate to the side. Okay, we're gonna do that 10 times. So left side. Control it. Make sure you're breathing. Don't forget to breathe. You guys could always put, this is probably a class for you guys might want to put some meditation music. All right, now to the right side. And you'll notice the more exercises or stretches we go through, the more loose you're gonna feel. So that's because the muscles are a little bit more relaxed. They're getting more blood flow to that area. So it should be a little bit more fluid for those muscles to move. Okay, now we're gonna do the drop the weight stretch. So now right hand's holding the left side of my head, and then just kind of let the weight of your arm stretch out this side of your neck. Maybe we have some new folks. All right, relax. Carol, is this your first time with us? Yes, welcome. Nice to meet you. Let's do the left side. So left arm.
First class, I had a question. Do you tape the classes? Because I'm also taking the Spanish to guitar class, so I'm watching but can't really participate.
You're okay. Let's relax. Sorry, Nora. Could you repeat that?
Yes, I'm taking a Spanish guitar class, but watching, so I can't really I can't participate. Do you tape these classes?
Yeah. So I do record these. So if you could just do me the favor and on the chat, just put in your email address, and now as soon as I process, upload the video and all of that stuff, I'll send it out. So it's usually in the afternoon of the day. So all right, very good. Okay. So now we're gonna grab a hold of the back of our head and then just drop our arm forward. And you should feel that stretch on the back of our neck. Our chin should be making contact with our upper chest. Unless we're really tight, we'll work on that. Okay, let's relax that. Okay, good. All right, thanks, Nora. And then Patricia, I got your email. Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna do neck circles. The neck circles is probably the first one that we do with our warm-ups for our other classes. So this one should feel familiar, or if you joined us before. So neck circles, we're gonna go 10 circles clockwise. So pretty much trying to touch our upper shoulders in every area, upper back, our chin. And the slower the better for these. Again, make sure you guys are drinking water during these classes. All right, switch directions. Again, if sometimes some people just doing the stretching routine and not so much the exercise workout activity. So if you just want to do a little stretching routine, you could always join us in our other classes. And then you could always, leave the class and just begin your day after the warm-up if this is all you're really into. All right, let's relax. Very good. All right. And then the next one, the last one we're gonna do for our neck is gonna be the sit-up neck stretch. So pretty much like if we're doing a sit-up. So, but we're not gonna do any sit-ups. It's just we're gonna lift our neck right here. Okay, so you see how I'm laying down? So I'm just lifting, bringing my chin to my chest while also elevating my shoulders slightly. Again, if you hear some popping, sometimes that's normal if there's no pain, our joints are a little locked, popping, sometimes it's normal. Relax. Let's do it again for 10 seconds this time. Ready, stand, go. We're stretching a little bit more this time. And again, none of these stretches should cause pain. If there's a stretch or a movement that's causing you pain, please just sit it out and let's just wait for the next one. These only take about 20 to 30 seconds, so I won't have you wait too long. Relax. All right, very good. Very good, very good. All right, so let's take a little bit of water. We just went through our neck and face stretches. Right now, we're gonna move on to our shoulders.
Coach, I have a question.
Sure.
So right now I'm on a call for work, and like today in the morning, I don't know if you were teaching the 9 in the morning class.
I wasn't, no, but I'm familiar with it.
Well, I want to focus on your classes, but like there are times that I won't be able to attend, or at least I can log in, but I won't be able to participate.
Sure. So
I'm wondering if.
Yeah, sorry. And what's your name again?
Martha.
Martha. Okay. Yeah. On the name label, it just says iPad.
Diagnostic. Yeah. Sorry.
So so Martha. So I do have other students that just log in as soon as the class begins within the live frame, and they just go on the chat and just put, please send me the recording, and I do that without a problem. So if you have other issues, some people are in work, they're actually working, they just log in. Please, coach, can you send me the video, and then I'll do that. But you just have to reach out to me on the chat while the class is going on, and that way our program gets funded through that way. That's how we get funded. It's through your attendance. So yes, if you ever have that, you can do that with all of the classes that we have. So,
awesome, thank you.
Sure. All right, so the next one we're gonna start is we're gonna bring, let me lift this a little bit more. We're just gonna bring our shoulders to our ears, okay? So let's bring those shoulders to our ears and try to hold it up there for about 3 seconds. As high as you can, and drop them. And try to drop them even lower than normal, okay? Then really suppress them down. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Very good. All right. All right, now we're gonna do cross neck stretches. So I'm sure you guys have done the stretch where we bring our arm across and do this here. So this time we're gonna do a variation of that. So bring it across, but then try to lift your arm close to your throat. Almost as like if you're actually trying to cut air circulation by your neck. So yeah, so we want to lift that arm close to our neck. And that extra little force that we do should, you know, stretch our shoulder a little bit more. This will make it more of a shoulder stretch instead of an arm stretch that we're used to with this kind of type of positioning. I relax. And again, lift that arm. And you could have that, it doesn't have to be straight, it could be bent, almost like you're hugging your neck. My hand is on my upper back. Let's relax. Okay, so now this is another one you guys have probably done before. So we're gonna bring our arm behind us, like so, and then with the opposite arm, we're gonna push down on that elbow downwards. Okay, so from behind, it kind of looks like this. And you should feel that stretch, you know, just between like your shoulder and your armpit, maybe even that tricep area. All right, relax. Let's do the same on the other arm. Very good, just relax. Okay, so this next one, so you might have done this one too. So we're just gonna interlace our fingers behind us and then just kind of bring those fingers and hands down. Really feeling like we're pulling down on our shoulders. You see that? So standing here. Down. All right, very good. Now we're gonna do the opposite, but now we're reaching, interlacing the fingers, reaching towards the sky. And a lot of these stretches you could do sitting down or sitting on the floor. There's some stretches we're gonna do that I will need you guys on the floor. So, and there's a couple that we'll be doing standing up as well. Relax slowly. Just let go. Okay, so now if you guys could do me a favor and grab that small rag or shirt, a small object. I'm actually gonna take my sweater off and use this as it's a little bit longer. And it's normal if you folks start getting warm as we're stretching. When we stretch, it does promote kind of dog hair everywhere. My sister's stuck. So it is normal for for you to get warm as our body does get more blood flow. So we're gonna pretty much just hold on to that towel, and we're just gonna keep it straight in front of us and reach. Okay. So let's do 10 of these. So control it. You can do it standing. And my left arm, my left shoulder is popping a little bit. So like I said, if you hear some noises, it could be normal, but as long as there's no pain. And if you only go this high, that's okay. If you have more range of motion, you might go a little bit higher. But the class is here to help you to develop that range of motion. All right, very good. Now we're gonna do the opposite behind us. So of course, we're not gonna have much range of motion here, but you see my palms are at my glutes, and then I'm just gonna lift them as far back as I can, then back. Okay.
You'll probably have to be standing for this one. So you have a little bit more range of motion. Think it'd be, or kneeling. You can probably do it kneeling. Sitting down will be challenging to do this one. Let's try a couple where when we're lifting back, let's try to hold for a couple of seconds and then relax and bring it back down. And 2 more. All right, last one. Very good. And that one actually feels like a little workout, right? Do you guys feel a little burn on your triceps? Okay. All right,
sure
Carol,
do.
yeah, for sure. Martha, you felt that? Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
felt it too.
Okay, yeah, so that's good. So again, that's a stretch for that. So, but you probably, and the thing is, and it's kind of cool when, you might start, especially one like this, where this is the most you could go, but then by the 10th one, you're like back here because you've lengthened that.
Okay.
So, all right,
Coach,
very good. So
I
now
want
we're
to
gonna,
add. I want
Sure.
to add that my neck hurts, and the stretches that we've been doing,
Mhm.
it's helping. I feel it.
Oh, good.
So
Very
thank
good.
you.
Yeah, just a little short story. I used to work when I was in college volunteering at a facility, a kinesiology major. So our field's very large. So I would work with this individual who was a quadriplegic. So pretty much the only thing he could move was his neck and his jaw. And from his neck down he couldn't move, and he was in a wheelchair. And he could move a few fingers, which he controlled his joystick on his wheelchair. But we would go in a hot tub and get noodles like around his back and his legs, and we'll have him floating there. And again, he couldn't move anything, but we would do some range of motion. And this guy like was really tight. If I tried moving his arm, like this was like the far I would go. And then after like an hour of being in that heated pool, that's why if you guys have access to a jacuzzi, it's kind of good to go in those two because it does promote blood flow. So after being in there and doing some movements, I mean, like I said, he couldn't move whatsoever. And after being in there for like 45 minutes, he was just flowing and moving his legs. Like you wouldn't think that he was in a wheelchair. But then, I would ask his dad who was there, and he said that that would last for like maybe the rest of the day. So he would come maybe like twice a week. But I mean, stretching does so many benefits. So okay, who we got here? Rodriguez. I'm not sure who your first name is, but yeah, I'll send the recording to you as well. So, okay, it's a little bit of a break that we just took there. So the next one we're gonna do is abduction. So if you ever hear the word abduction, it usually means away from our abs. So usually the direction is gonna be away from our midline. So abduction. So we're gonna do this is called the shoulder abduction. Yeah. So this one again with the same item, and if you could also use if you have like a small broomstick, you could do it too. So again, in front of us, and we're gonna rotate to the side, okay, and then correcting back to like that midline. So let's do about 12 of these. So keeping that rag slowly straighten out. So we're just doing on one side first. So I'm going towards my right side. I'm just keeping that towel in front of me. You guys see me standing, I'm just coming directly to the side. I'm not going forward, I'm coming straight to the side. All right, let's do 2 more. Great, relax. Like I said, these classes through Active Adults are all free. So if you guys know any folks, they're all free for adults that live in California. So just keep that in mind. So anyone that you know in San Francisco, in Barstow, San Diego, they could get access to these classes. All right, ready? Left side?
Live very close to San Francisco, Coach.
Oh, wow. Where in San Francisco area?
I live in Fairfield, which is like
Okay.
30, 45 minutes
Yeah.
from
Well,
San Francisco.
yeah, I'm familiar with. with Fairfield. I went to Chico State, so we're in the
Nice.
Bay Area like almost every other week.
I've been wanting to go and visit Chico.
Oh, it's beautiful. But the
I went
fires
to-
from
went to
Paradise from
Davis.
2 years ago was, I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate, all those fires. So
Yeah.
again, the slower we do it, the better. All right, let's do two more. Relax. All right, very good. So you should feel that one too, working your triceps a little bit. It's probably because we're putting tension on that shirt or that band. So yeah, we're activating. So, pretty much stretching it out. It's like when we're holding like our abs when we're contracting too. So, all right. Deanna, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm not
Good.
registered in your class. I'm just curious to get in and see what's going on.
Oh yeah, no. So as far as registration, I know people, have emailed me and asked like, "Hey, can I register for your class?" As long as you attend once, that's technically how you register. It's just by participating. So so the
Yeah.
Monday class is gonna be more like a stretching flexibility class, and then Tuesday is more like we do almost like it's like a gym class with more equipment with resistance bands, with dumbbells. Um, and then Wednesday is lower body balance. So a lot of leg workouts and balance workouts. So if you have poor balance, it's a good class. And then Thursday is cardio and core, which if you want to develop your abdominal area or lose a little bit of this, yeah, Carol, or sweat a little bit more, that's probably the class for you. So on Thursdays, we probably sweat the most. And then Tuesday, we probably get stronger. And then Wednesday is more like better longevity, better balance. And then this one's more like flexibility. So they're all a little different, but same ideas, get healthier. So,
Every
Yeah.
day, you have that every day.
yeah, so join us. Yeah, Monday through Thursday, I teach something.
And
Oh,
what
really?
times? Are they different
But I
times?
registered.
Yeah, so
I registered
Mondays and Wednesdays, I teach from 12 to about 1:30. So this class will go about to 1:30, 1:40. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to about 10:30 or 11. So
Okay.
yeah. So Monday,
Each day.
Wednesday, 12, Tuesday, Thursday, 9.
Oh.
And I'll send emails to you guys so you guys will get reminders from me.
Yeah, I registered in another class, not this class, but I just want to see.
Okay, yeah, no problem. All right, so we did the ears, our shoulders to our ears. So now we're just gonna do some shoulder rotation. So let's do 10 of them. Just control it. The slower, sometimes the better. Keeps us a little bit more engaged. Sometimes people do them fast and they just do this and we don't not really do anything, so we want to be controlled. All right, reverse. Continue. All right, very good. All right, shoulder, arms across the chest. All right, now we're gonna do that one that we're used to. So just bringing the arm across, not trying to choke ourselves, just kind of stretching. And usually these stretches, when it's a static stretch like this, we'll do for about 20 to 30 seconds. That's not like the longer you hold this, the more your arm's gonna stretch out. If you hold this for an hour, your arm's not gonna stretch 10 feet from your from your shoulder joint. So switch. And I do like that this class is the first one of the week, because it's a good way to start the week off, loosening up those muscles. And like I said, every workout that we do, there's always, again, this class is a huge long stretching seminar type of thing. And then for our classes or other classes or other 3 classes, I usually do like a 15-minute warm up, 10 to 15 minutes, but it kind of incorporates movements like these, but maybe on a smaller level. So, and then we cool down with some of them too. I have some people that just do my harder, challenging classes just for the warm up and the cool down. That's okay with me. So,
All right, and now palm abduction, internal rotation. Okay, so one that we're gonna do that we didn't do is again with the band or the shirt. Let's grab a hold of that, and we're gonna be kind of just trying to bend at our elbow, so almost keeping the rag close to our back, and then just bringing it directly up. Okay. So if you just go here, that's fine. If you could go higher, that's good too. Almost like if you have a water pump behind your back. You're pushing, lifting up and pushing down. And let's do a couple more. I got the kids trying to come invade the classroom. All right, let's relax. Very good. Okay, and then we're gonna do 2 more. So we're gonna do windmills. So windmills, we're just gonna do circles, arm circles pretty much. So let's do about 10 circles forward. Just keeping our arms extended. All right, let's reverse. So hopefully if anyone has any shoulder issues, shoulder pains, your shoulders are fine. They might feel a little bit tired, not gonna lie, because we are working them out a little bit, even though we're stretching them, but hopefully it does feel better long term. All right, let's relax. And again, anything that's far away from our midline, your arms will get tired. Sometimes you'll see for punishment in PE teachers will have the students have to keep their arms up forever. You know, it's kind of crude, but you know, it's kind of, it is a strength movement. Okay, so now we're gonna do close windmills. So what I mean by that is keeping your arms close to your body, as close as possible. So we're not doing this, we're keeping them close as we can. Okay. I usually have my other hand just keeping a hold of my shoulder, so you know, it keeps it a little bit more stabilized. So we also don't want to be rotating our body too much. We want to just depend on that shoulder joint doing most of the work. 1 arm at a time. All right, let's reverse. Now let's go backwards. And again, if you hear some popping, it's normal as long as there's no pain. And if you ever feel a sensation, you know, when you're massaging or on a movement, it feels like bubble wrap. Sometimes it might sound weird, but you might feel that sometimes. You know, that's usually scar tissue development. So scar tissue it's a kind of like what our body does to repair a muscle, and that area. So pretty much imagine our muscles being like an elastic rubber band, and then if you're not very mobile, imagine, you know, that muscle strains, so it tears. So imagine going and cutting that rubber band away, and then that scar tissue would be if you get a piece of glue and put that glue back together to glue that rubber band together again. But then that little piece now is that it's rigid because there's glue in it. So scar tissue is almost like the same way. So we have to break that material down, and by stretching and foam rolling and massaging, it will break that material down. So does that make sense? So, all right, let's do the other arm. Yeah, if you know a little bit more of like the science behind it, like why am I doing this? It doesn't make sense. You know, I think it's more people are more likely to take it more seriously or spend more time. So that's kind of like what scar tissue is. It's our body trying to repair itself, but it doesn't do it in the most efficient way sometimes. All right, reverse. And again, since this is the first class, I'm just trying to do several or many exercise or stretches for, you know, most joints. But if it does, you know, if we do want to stretch the entire body,
then we'll probably shorten it up for every joint next time. So we're like halfway through the class and we're still on our shoulders and upper back. All right, so let's get a little bit of water. Again, I see some new names popping off. If you missed the class a little bit, showing up late, and you would like the recording of this session, just go ahead and on the chat, just put in your email address, and I'll make sure to send you the full recording of this class, you know, later on today. So. Okay. Great. Right, very good. So now we're gonna go to our our back. So we're gonna go with the cow pose. So this one, for our back, we are gonna be spending some time on the floor. So if you guys wanna make your way down, get situated. We're gonna start with the cat-cow, which would
Is there
be,
another way to do that? Because I can't do that.
okay, so for these, I think many of these for our back, we are gonna be on the
Okay.
floor. Yeah, I think there's only a couple that we're gonna be sitting down or standing. So yeah, so right now, if you like, you could these should only take maybe like 5 minutes.
That's
total.
okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, and I promise you, we will have some to accommodate. So the cat-cow one first, we're gonna get on our fours and just get up like an angry cat, bringing our shoulders by our ears, and then I don't know why they call this one the cow, but then we're gonna suppress, kind of bring our belly button up towards the floor, and then the next one, cat, would be again. We're gonna repeat this one for 8 for every motion, okay?
Coach, I know a replacement for that, and that's only because I'm seeing a physical therapy for
Oh,
my
really?
she can use if she has like a counter
Mhm.
and put a little bit of her weight in it, and she can do the cat and the cow position. It looks a little bit different, but it does the same thing.
Is there a way you could demonstrate?
Not at this moment because I have a huge mess. Well, let me see. Hold on.
Okay.
But pardon my mess because I haven't been here.
Okay. You guys could continue with the movement.
So basically, you see the counter. It's messy. Sorry.
The camera's off.
Cameras.
Sorry. Okay.
I'll spotlight yours for just right now.
There you go. So you see this counter? I put both hands in the counter,
Okay.
and then I put weight on the counter. I don't know if you can see me. And then you just do this. So it's do you see me? I'm exaggerating, but you do that, and then you put obviously your head down, because both of your arms are on the counter.
Okay.
Okay, so let it be something like please, so I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go. This is called the puppy pose. So a lot of yoga names here. Okay. So puppy pose. So again, we're gonna be in this quadruped position, and we're gonna go keeping our hips at 90 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and reach down. Okay. You see my arms they're not in front of me, they're separated out. I'm gonna hold for about 20 seconds. Five, four,
3, 2, 1. Relax. That's puppy pose. And then now we're gonna do rabbit pose. So puppy pose, we were at 90 degrees. Now we're gonna bring our hips back and our torso and our belly close to our knees and then reach. So now we're a little bit more tucked in. We're gonna hold for about 20 seconds as well. All right, just relax. That one. Okay, so Carol, you could join us for this one. So for this one, it's gonna be the scapular squeeze. So I actually like this one, and I reference to this movement a lot. So pretty much imagine you have a little peanut shell in the middle of your back, and the only way you could squeeze that is by squeezing your scapula back. So your scapula are your shoulder blades. So try to like crack that peanut with your back and then relax. Okay. Squeeze. Hold for about 2 seconds and relax. And last one. Good. All right. Now we're gonna do thoracic stretch. So for this one, we are sitting on the floor. And then Carol, you could do this one by sitting on your chair. We're just gonna lean forward, and we're trying not to arch our back. We're trying just to kind of lean forward by rotating at our hip, okay? For those of you that are on the floor, you might feel your hamstrings as well stretching. But it's not like we're reaching to touch our toes. It's just we're almost reaching to bring our chest down to our knees. Or our shoulders down to our knees. That's kind of like the movement we're looking for. Relax. Try it again. Okay, let's try it again. And let's relax. All right, very good. How are you feeling, Debbie? You good? All right. Deanna, you good? All right. I like when someone wants to just check out the class and then they're in here for another half hour. So great. All right. So the next one's going to be the lat stretch. So this one, we could do it in any position, standing, sitting on the floor, sitting on the chair. Pretty much we're going to be, oh, Jade, here she is. Can you see my arms? Bring that arm up with my other hand. I'm grabbing a hold of my wrist, of that left wrist. Then I'm bringing it off to the side. Okay. So again, it's not an arm stretch. You should feel the stretch by your rib cage. Feel it right here. Okay. So again, so here, just hold it. Yeah, if you could feel it better standing or in another position, go ahead and do that. Relax. So if you didn't know, I'm sure some of you folks like baby back ribs, you know, like those ribs with barbecue. So those ribs are muscles, you know, so they're intercostals. So we actually have muscles between every little rib that we have, and we got to stretch those out. So when we're bringing in and out, those muscles are expanding, you know, our ribs are moving. So we got to do that. And then our lats are kind of like that big muscle piece of meat that we got back here. So that's what we're stretching. So let's do the right side. So right hand up, grab a hold of that right wrist, and then stretching.
Let's relax. Relax again. Okay, and this one is another one that I do like. So for this one, Carol, kind of how Martha was saying earlier, if you do have like a clear shelf that's free, you could go ahead and use it while kneeling. So if you guys can see me here, I have this chair. So this is one where I'm gonna ask you folks, if you're close to a chair or the edge of a bed, this is probably a good one. So I'm kneeling here, and I'm just kind of reaching, okay? So we're stretching that rib cage, those lats, but instead of going to the sides, we're going out. So you should feel that right below your armpit. You're gonna hold this for about 20 seconds. And relax. Very good. Are you able to do that one, Carol? So I have this piece of furniture here at my sister's. So you could just do that, just reach. So pretty much, we're doing pretty much this motion, but as we're bent over, so you're gonna feel that here. Yeah, so we're just kind of doing that motion there. All right. Sorry, the more I talk, the more thirsty I get. All right. Okay, we'll do a couple more. We'll save some for next time, just because we're still on our backs and there is that bit I still want to show. Okay, so we'll do three more backs. Okay, this next one, it could be seated. It's just a seated row. So if you ever gone to the gym and you use the row machines, you know what I'm talking about? Or if you've actually gone rowing before on a kayak or a canoe, you're gonna be doing this motion. So let's just do this. So we're just bringing our elbows in front of us and then trying to bring them behind. Without any weight, it's a little easier, but imagine pulling, you know, maybe 30, 40 pounds on a chain here, or 2 rows, and you're just pulling back. So if you guys have a gym membership or have access to a gym, sometimes they'll have those row machines, and you get a really good cardio workout with those. This is a lot of folks that I used to work with that were on wheelchairs, you know, cardio. A lot of people think it's just running or doing the Stairmaster or biking. But, you know, for those folks that, you know, only have their arms accessible to, that are mobile, this is a good arm cardio workout. Good, relax. Arms are probably getting a little tired. And you guys have probably seen the other one that I've seen for folks that are on wheelchairs or, you know, have tired legs is there's like a wheel for arms. So that's another one too. So that's another good way in case, you know, we do have some knee pains or any of that sort. All right, the next one is gonna be arms slide wall. So I'll take you guys to, let me see, I think this wall could do it here. Hopefully I don't knock down these closet doors. So, okay, so this one, what we're gonna do is just pressing against the wall, and I'm just gonna slide up and just keeping my elbows on contact. But not just my elbows, but also like my arms, everything's making contact with the wall. So up and then down. If you feel like your arms, your hands are coming off the wall, then just make those corrections and adjust. Let's do a couple more. This stretch actually feels like a workout. It almost feels like shoulder presses. All right, last one. Ooh, should really feel that. You guys feel that? Okay, very good. All right, we're about an hour into it. So
Not bad. All right, so that was the, oh, we have one more. This is the last one for our back. And we're just gonna do trunk rotation. So you could do this one sitting down or standing. So I want you guys, if you're standing, keep your hips affixed, almost like the pose here, like, you know, martial arts pose. And we're just gonna start rotating. Bring those, you can start slow. I really don't want you guys to go fast. And just start bringing those arms around your midline. We'll see what else we could squeeze in the next 20 minutes. And then we'll watch that short little clip. And it is short, and it's a video on the benefits of stretching that some people notice in the first 30 days of incorporating 10 minutes of stretching every day. All right. I know we're not doing 10 minutes of stretching. Today we're doing like 80 minutes of stretching. But with the other classes that I do have, you know, the warm-ups, we are warming up 15 minutes. So that's more than the 10 minutes from this. All right, so we're done with the back. So now we are gonna focus on, okay, we'll leave these for next week too. There's some more stuff that I have for the floor. But like I said, I do wanna at least touch most of our joints. All right, we'll do this one for the lower back. So for this one, you do have to be laying down. So almost like a Superman that we do, but I want you guys on your elbows and push up. Okay, so we're staying on our elbows, but I'm pushing up. So my legs are still grounded on the floor. And I'm just holding that stretch. So pretty much I'm just, from laying down, you see my elbows here? They're just helping me lift my shoulders off the ground. Putting a slight arch in the lower back. All right, let's do another hold for 5 seconds. Very good. Just wanna get that touch every area at least a little bit. We'll leave a couple of these out. Like I said, I wrote down a ton. Didn't know how it was gonna work out with their schedule, but okay. And then this next one, almost like, so I guess if we're standing up, it's kind of like a reach to the sky type of reach. So if you're standing, you know, you're kind of on your toes, reaching out. But I really want you folks to try laying it down. So how we're gonna do this is just laying down. It's the same motion, but laying down. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna inhibit that, you know, push off from the floor. We're really reaching with our heels in front of us and then with our hands behind us. So like if you're trying to get taller, right? So let's hold this for about 20 seconds. Five more seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. So if you're really reaching, you should feel almost like, you know, our vertebrae are trying to loosen up a little. So, all right, very good. All right, so next one that we're gonna do is gonna be for our abs. And besides sit-ups and crunches and planks, all we're gonna do for this one, again, it's flexibility and mobility. So I just want you guys to flex your stomach, kind of keep that air, make it tight, and then relax. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 of these holds, and I want you to contract for about 5 seconds. Hold it, keep it tight, and relax. Okay. Contract, relax, continue, relax,
Go ahead. Continue. So this is actually a good workout for your abs. Relax. Continue. We'll do 3 more. This is actually relaxed. Go ahead. This is how your abs actually work throughout the day, functionally with your body. Relax. 2 more. Relax. Last one. Make it tight. Relax. Again, your core, lower back, your abs, your oblique keeps us stable. And again, it's not like we're doing crunches throughout the day, walking around, no, but our core is acting more how it was right now when you're lifting something heavy or staying still. This is what's working. Okay, the next one's gonna be an oblique. So this is almost like an oblique workout, but it's also a good stretch. So we're gonna be working on our left side, and to do that, I want you guys to pretty much slide your hand down the side of your leg. So just slide it down. You should feel that stretch, your oblique. And then come back up. We'll do 5 of these, about 3-second hold at the bottom. Working out our obliques. So those are the muscles that kind of wrap around our sides. That's continue. So just above our hips to kind of, they go towards our groin. 2 more. Last one. Good. All right, ready? Left side. Okay, go. Nice. You guys can go on your own count. Let's do 5 of these with a 3-second hold. Last one. All right, very good. All right, we're gonna do some standing abductors. So we've done this for our warm up for some of our classes. So just standing, I want you guys to kind of lean over to your left, come across, and then kind of pump up, and then go back to your right, and then come and pump to your left. You guys get that? So let's do 5 on each side. So again, if you're a little confused, you could just watch me do a set and then just hop along. So again, I'm trying to just bend at my hip, trying to keep that back straight. Very good, Diana. You got it. Good job, Carol. All right, let's do the last one. Very good. So you guys should feel that kind of work here. All right, very good. Very good, very good. All right. All right, we're gonna do some things for our hips. I want to do maybe 10 more minutes. So we'll just do, I had about 9 different movements for our hips. We'll just do 1 or 2, and then we'll do 1 for our glutes, hamstring, quads, calves, and then we'll go from there. So, okay, so this one that we're gonna do right now, again, the hip ones are, the majority are gonna be on the floor. Yeah, they are. So, and most of them are gonna require like a lunge position. So you're gonna do a lunge here. And then it's like a kneeling lunge, and then we're just gonna lean forward. Okay. So if you guys can see more, lunge, and then just leaning forward. And we're just gonna hold it there for about 20 seconds. Good job, Diana. Relax. Let's switch. Are you able to do this one, Carol?
could give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Down, okay. Relax. So I guess an alternate for this one, it could be just like a wide stance. And then as long as like we're leaning forward, you could probably feel a little bit more. We have more range of motion on the floor, but we'll feel a little bit more. This is, gonna benefit us a little bit. You might feel it on your glute too. And then you could also just alternate and then really just get low. We essentially just want to open up our hips a little bit more, so a little bit loose. All right, and then we have a lot. So the next one that we're gonna do is just knee to chest. So we're gonna grab one knee and just bring it toward our chest. And Carol, you could do this one sitting down. You're just sitting here, just maybe try to bring that knee close or elevated, okay? So we're gonna try to hold it for about 20 seconds. Try to switch. We'll do another one right now that everyone can do standing. You guys might be familiar because it is part of our typical warm-up. It's a hip openers. Relax. Let's do some hip openers. So hip openers, we'll do 5 on each side. So this one will require us to be on one foot at one time. So make sure that you have something for balance close to you that you could hold on to. So for this one, we're gonna drive, and this is again, keeping our body looking forward. We're gonna drive the knee up and then rotate to the side, okay? Oh man, my nephew, it's not getting his way right now. All right.
Coach.
Yes?
So when I do that, sometimes on my side, where I believe my ovaries are located, it hurts.
Okay, so let's not do this one. Yeah, there's gonna be some movements that might not be ideal for everyone. So if you feel this one, might have some tightness, let's switch legs. It could be, just because this one does put our body in a weird position. So it's, if you did too much, or if you extend it, or if you're not used to doing this movement, it could be a little bit challenging. And if anything's causing pain, then let's stay away from it.
What can I do as a replacement for that movement?
Well, this one, the movement is to go from horizontal to vertical. So, that's kind of like the main movement that we're looking for. So I guess, you could try to go on your back and then just keep, and we were actually going to do this one, but you could just, essentially we're going from here to out. So one that could help is just kind of like the butterfly pose. And that could help that. And if you want to stretch a little bit more, let's actually do this one. So everyone, if you want to get on that butterfly pose. So, and then with my arms, I tend to be a little bit tight on that area too. So I push down with my elbows on my legs. So you could hold this for about 20 seconds.
Coach?
Yes.
I have a question for like sciatica, because some of the exercising, I'm having terrible pain down my back of my butt and the back of my thighs. Are there some good stretches for sciatica, and how do you know if it's piriformis syndrome or sciatica?
So for those, you'd probably have to get a diagnosis for sciatica. I know you typically do. So that would have to be a diagnosis from a professional. I could send after this class, when I send the videos, or to everyone, I could send out a video on that, or I could incorporate a little bit more stretches for that next week.
Okay.
So, but as far as how do you know, it's typically sciatica is going to be more of a nerve issue. That would have to be a diagnosis.
Okay, but are there good, I'm asking, I guess, are there good stretches for that?
Oh
whole-
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I was asking for, stretches, not a diagnosis. Like I've read piriformis stretches and sciatica stretches. Do you have any good stretches for that?
So I know for sciatica or for performance, I've seen the one that some of my athletes might do is crossing the leg over, so my right or the left, and then kind of leaning over to the right side and having that kind of glute stick out a little bit. Usually feel that stretch lengthening across the IT band. Um, I'll have to do a little bit more research for that specific one, but this is one that we typically do here. And then of course you would just switch to the other side. That would lengthen that tendon. But again, with sciatica, it's usually, muscle kind of pinching the nerve. So let me do a little bit more research on that one, and then next week I'll have some more stretches for that, if you don't mind. So we have a couple more, and then we'll start with the video. This is already 1:15. So we're gonna do some donkey kicks and some fire hydrants. So some mobility for our hips and our groin. So for this one, donkey kicks are gonna be we're gonna be on our fours, and we're gonna bring our feet elevated, going towards the ceiling and back down. So we're gonna do 6 of these. Once you've done 6, let's switch to the other side, other leg. And now we're gonna do fire hydrants. So fire hydrants, same position, but now we're gonna bring the leg up to the side. So we're doing it behind us. Now we're gonna do to the side, okay? And try to hold it for about 2 seconds up here when it's elevated. All right, left side. All right, good. All right, we're gonna do our calves real quick. So with that item, the towel, let's kind of wrap it around the midfoot, right below where our toes begin. Then let's just keep on that figure 4, or that, just reset position, and then just pull back on our toes until we feel that stretch on our calves. Again, hold for about 20 seconds. Let's relax. Do the other side. All right, good. All right, so the other one we're gonna do is, we could do this one sitting down. We've done it in our balancing class. We're gonna do our ABCs with our ankles. So let's sit down. And we are gonna do these just elevating our ankles. And then we could just do the shapes of the alphabet with our
with our feet pretty much. So we could do these at the same time. For the balance class, we'll do one at a time. We're going to focus a little bit more, but this is just mobility that we're working here. So let's just kind of do all the letters of the alphabet, maybe uppercase. Again, you might hear some popping. Again, that's just because we don't use our ankles at every angle every day. So it might be a little bit tight. Very good. All right, and the last one that we're gonna do before we start this video is for our arches. So what you guys could do is with that small towel that we have, let's just put it on the floor. And let's try to grip it with our right foot, just trying to almost lift it off the ground. So you're trying to grip it. So yeah, if you're barefoot, sorry, I forgot to mention that. So yeah, if you have shoes, let's remove those. And then let's just try to grip the towel with our sock, or I mean with our toes. So really trying to grasp the towel. And if you're able to grasp it, what I want you to do is lift it, drop it, and try to separate it again with your toes. All right, let's do that left side. So really try to grip it. I'm wearing socks, so it's a little bit challenging to grip it, but as long as you're doing that grappling motion. All right, and then separate. Try to separate. Even if you didn't pick it up, let's try to separate. So now we're pushing out instead of clawing those toes in. Now we're trying to spread out our hands. I mean our toes, not our hands. All right, very good. Okay, so let me show the video real quick. And then actually before I start the video, like I said, and Leah, so I didn't mean to, not just inform you of like the stretches, piriformis or sciatica, but I know that's gonna be more of like, I don't wanna do something that could cause more pain. So I'd rather do a little bit more research and bring that next week. A lot of the stretches that we're doing now is just kind of to just promote flexibility and mobility more in like a broad area. But if it's something a little bit more specific, where we could have some risk, then I'll be more comfortable if I find a little bit more research on it. So we'll do that. Was there would you guys, and I guess this is just for like the next class, I know we spent a lot of time on the upper body and we kind of had to rush the lower body a little bit. Do you guys prefer if we just make everything a little bit more equal, or did you guys like that we're stretching the upper body a little bit more? Because we do stretch out the lower body on the other classes a lot more than on this one. So if you guys could just let me know on the chat, or if you guys could unmute yourself.
I honestly prefer the way you do it, like today, focus more on one area, and then next class session, focus more on the other area. I don't know what the rest of the class thinks.
All right, I see I'm getting some direct messages that some balances throughout. So yeah, I guess a little bit more equal. Again, okay, I'm seeing a lot of head nods too. Okay, so we could do that. For the lower body stretches, we definitely stretch those out on the warm-ups for the other classes and cool downs. This one, we did spend a little bit more time on the upper body because being the first day. But again, I think I had about 10 exercises or movements per area, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 11 different areas of our body. So instead of doing maybe 60% upper body and then 30% or 40% lower body, we'll maybe try to do like 10% every like joint
or so. So I'll work on that program a little bit more. So I just wasn't sure, but any other suggestions or anything else? And again, just the space right now, if you guys know, I usually do the workouts or the stretches from my garage. But let me just share this video. And like I said, it's about 8 minutes long. So it's not that, there it is. And yeah, so let's just watch this real quick.
To be honest, going to the gym has never been my thing. But when I got older, I realized the need for at least some sort of physical activity to benefit my health. That's why I decided to try stretching for 10 minutes every day for a month. I was shocked by the changes that happened to me. Just like most of us, I have to spend a lot of time sitting at my desk at work. It's no wonder I experience back pain quite often. But I didn't have the time, or the desire, for a full workout. Before starting my experiment, I did some research online and found out that stretching makes the muscles stronger, prevents muscle strain, and minimizes back spasms. That turned out to be spot on. After a month of doing some simple stretching exercises, my back feels less stiff, and my muscles have become more flexible. Now, even after a long workday, I don't feel any pain, and the knots in my shoulder have disappeared. But that's just the beginning.
Since retirement, I've been trying a lot of new things with Frank's Red Hot. It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat, like me. And it's great on all the recipes I've mastered. I put that on everything.
Back pain wasn't the only problem I got rid of. You see, I have a rather jam-packed, hectic schedule trying to balance my work and personal life. As you already know, it's not easy. It caused a lot of tension to build up inside throughout the day, and when it was time to sleep, I was tossing and turning, not able to shut off my busy mind. When I woke up, I already felt tired. I used to try different things to get better sleep, like drinking chamomile tea before bed, but it didn't much help. Shortly after I started following my stretching routine, I noticed that it took me less time to fall asleep, and I felt much more refreshed in the morning. It was because stretching promotes relaxation and prevents sleep-disrupting cramps. Who knew that stretching would help me catch some much-needed snooze time? Because the quality of my sleep was better, I also started to feel more energized throughout the day. Before, it was really difficult for me to stay awake during my long workday after a lunch. I felt so heavy-eyed that all I could think of was where to find a place to take a nap and not to be caught by my boss. But stretching helped me fight that mid-afternoon drowsiness by increasing my energy and productivity. I became more focused, and it took me less time to finish tasks. On top of that, after work, I no longer felt dead tired like I used to. My evenings even became more interesting as I replaced watching TV on the couch with spending more time with my family and friends, or taking nice walks, enjoying the night city. Not feeling sluggish is so great, let me tell ya. As I've already mentioned, I did some research online to find out what the benefits of stretching are. I found 2 interesting studies. One of them was done back in 2011, and it showed how stretching can lower glucose levels. And according to Japanese scientists, poor flexibility is connected with arterial stiffening that leads to high blood pressure. That means that stretching naturally lowers high blood pressure, reducing your level of bad cholesterol. High blood pressure causes arteries to stretch too far and form minor tears. Cholesterol usually builds up in those small tears. Frankly speaking, I didn't much care about my health before. My sedentary lifestyle and bad eating habits led to my high cholesterol and sugar levels. So imagine how surprised I was when I got my blood work back a few days ago and my doctor told me that my numbers were starting to go down. He knew that I had started a stretching routine and told me
No, I don't see anything in
probably heard that stretching can also improve your coordination. Well, I never noticed any problems with that, considering a perfect sense of balance isn't something you really need if you sit in a chair all day. But to be honest, I've always been a bit clumsy. I often bumped into furniture and tripped over my own feet. Small objects like a coffee mug seem to just slip out of my hand for no reason. Can anything like that? Yes, and you know how annoying it is. Anyway, After a month, I've noticed that I have become way less clumsy. I don't know, maybe it's in my head, but I swear I have no more random bruises on my legs, and I feel like I'm not dropping stuff nearly as much. Hey, you know what? Maybe I'll start taking some dance classes now that I don't feel like a bull in a china shop anymore. When you slouch at your desk all day like me, you probably know what a tension headache is. It feels like a tight band around your forehead. I used to get them all the time. I even kept a bottle of ibuprofen in my desk. That's how often. My doctor explained to me that tension headaches are caused by muscle contractions in the head and neck. Some people get them after staring at a computer screen or driving for long periods of time. In my case, it was both. It usually takes me about an hour to get to work, depending on traffic. But stretching has improved my posture, which takes extra stress away from my head, neck, and shoulder muscles. So whenever I feel a headache creeping up on me, I just start doing some exercises at my desk, and it saves me from the pain. No need for any medication. As I already mentioned, my diet is far from perfect. And to be honest, I often overeat, equals constant bloating and discomfort in my stomach. Even though I now try to choose more healthy foods, it takes time to change your eating habits. But it turns out that doing regular stretches can even improve your digestive health. Yeah, it helps the muscles in your stomach and intestines that push food through your system. Not to mention, bending my body in different positions increases blood flow to the bowels, reducing inflammation and gastritis. After incorporating stretching into my daily routine, my bloating is gone and I just feel lighter. And as a bonus, I lost a few extra pounds by being more active than usual. Win-win. Remember that my life is pretty hectic? I have to juggle a lot of commitments, and my job is pretty stressful because it involves different deadlines, urgent meetings, and so on. And when you're stressed, your body reacts by building up tension in the muscles. Obviously, if you get rid of that tension, you'll feel calmer. This is exactly what happened to me thanks to stretching. I have clarity of mind, and I don't waste time or energy anymore on annoying thoughts that make me feel anxious. I feel more present in the moment without dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Yeah, it's pretty nice. If you're as impressed as I am with the changes my body went through during the last month, then I'll share with you what my stretching routine looks like. At first, I didn't know where to start, but I was able to narrow it down to 5 simple exercises. I usually do them in the morning because it really helps me wake up. So, the first one is a hurdle stretch. To perform this one, I sit on the floor and extend my right leg fully to the side. Then I bend my left leg so that my left foot is on my right inner thigh. And I bend to my right side while grabbing my right foot with both hands. After staying in this position for 60 seconds, I switch sides. The next one has a funny name, frog pose. I sit on the floor with my feet below my buttocks and my knees wide apart. Then I raise my bum and put my hands on the floor as far out as possible while keeping my knees on the ground. I try to make the space between my knees wider, feeling the stretch of my inner thighs. I stay in this position for 2 minutes. Next, I usually switch to cobra pose by lying down on my stomach and stretching my legs back. Then I lift my upper body off the floor using my arms. I hold this pose for 2 minutes, making sure my elbows are straightened to the max. Then goes downward facing dog pose. I put my body in the position of an inverted letter V by putting my hands and feet on the floor. I keep them shoulder width apart and straight, and stay like that for 2 minutes. And the last one is a seated spinal twist. I sit down on the floor, extending both legs in front of me. Next, I bend my left knee and put my right elbow on it. My left hand goes on the floor behind my back. Then I twist my midsection as if I'm trying to look over my left shoulder. I hold it for 1 minute, then switch sides and repeat it. As you can see, all those stretches are really simple and don't take up much of your time. So give them a try and let me know how it goes. And if you have any other ways of staying physically active, leave them down in the comments too. Remember to give this video a like, share it with your
Distance has been on all of our minds lately. That we've
Let me just pause that video. All right. All right, folks. Were you guys able to watch that? Did you guys hear it? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I've done screen share before, and people would tell me at the end after a 20-minute video, I didn't hear anything or see anything. So I'm glad it worked out. But again, folks, if you guys actually, if you know you'll be here next week and there's something that you want to focus on a little bit more, go ahead and on the chat, type in, can we focus maybe a little bit more on the calves or something? But if it's not, if I don't see too much, then like we talked about, we'll work on something more balanced. And then Leah, like I mentioned, I'll do a little bit more research on the sciatica and piriformis stretches. But other than that, thank you again for joining the class. I really appreciate it. I'll send out an email. And for those of you guys that asked for the recording, I'll start the recording now.